Hello, this is a prophetic blueprint for Sharon Frye. Thank you for ordering this blueprint. And um, this is by no means an exhaustive list of everything that God could be calling you to do. And it doesn't necessarily cover the things you already have done, but this is a future thing. And to have everything confirmed by the Father, to show you in signs in various ways, just for you to pray and confirm that these points are accurate and correct, and to move on things as the Lord directs and to take steps of faith. So, a short prophecy for Sharon. My daughter Sharon, I see you even when you don't feel you are seen by people. I see you and I know you, and I care for you and shelter you from every storm that comes your way. I am your protector. I am the lover of your soul. I know you intimately inside and out. I have not forgotten you or your situation. I'm turning things inside out to upside down in your life. I'm moving in mighty ways. I am wooing you. I'm drawing you closer to me, closer to my heart. I have not forgotten the way you used to move as one in my heart. Return to me in a greater way and be devout to me once again, and I will take you on adventures in the Spirit. For the spiritual realm is like a playground, and I want to take you to my fairground, and I want to do fun things. Just you and I, to throw balls, to ride trains, and do rides, take on rides. I want you to have fun again, my daughter. I want you to learn to ride the wave of my glory train and come out the other side feeling refreshed and having been refreshed and revitalized and refreshing and revitalizing others, my daughter. I hear you cry to me in the night hour. I know your fears. I know your pains. I know even the times when you feel confused or wonder how you got unhealthy in some ways. I'm resolving the issues of your heart, and I'm bringing healing to your heart and soul once again. Do not worry. Do not run from me, worrying that I may uncover your heart. For I know what is in there anyway, and I'm a God who deals gently with you and uncovers your heart with my grace and my compassion. Sometimes you feel unworthy, but I want to say, you are worthy. You are capable. You are confident in me, says the Lord. You live and dwell in me, and I want to make you aware of my presence in you in a new way, which will bring excitement and growth to your life. I have not forgotten your situation. I see every care. I see every sigh. I see every worry. I catch every tear. I have not forsaken you. I see you and I have a plan for you, and I'm going to start unfolding some of it here. Be excited, my beloved, because you are mine and I've got you, and we're going to get through this together, hand in hand, heart to heart, and spirit to spirit. I love you, my daughter. So point number one, blueprint, songwriter, master of music. Your first blueprint point is a writer of songs. You will write songs which heal others. You will have fun working out the backing tracks and the different musical instruments that make up the background to the song. You have far more creative gifts than you are aware. You could write of struggle and you could write of suffering, but you can also speak of overcoming. You are very tuneful in your singing. You think you are not, and you lack confidence, but I will show you how to have confidence in this. You have always loved music. You have always loved beats. You have always loved listening to certain soundscapes or atmospheric music. You have a very dynamic sense of pulse. You startle people with your ingenuity. You have ingenuity in choreography, but you also have ingenuity in music, beat, and pulse. You are not one to be passed over or taken lightly, for you are a spiritual giant within yourself. You see yourself as small in your own eyes, but I see greatness in you. I see compassion. I see love. I see the fruits of spirit growing and the spirit growing and flourishing in you. The compassion and the love you have for people and for me will come forward and be displayed and be imbued in your musical contributions. Don't give up on music. Don't give up on writing songs. You have a talent for it. I will show you how to combine notes and beats. I will give you an instructor, someone who will teach you what you need to know. Watch and watch me provide this. Sink your heels deep into music and into my spirit, and the sky's the limit for you, my daughter, my precious daughter. Point number 2, liturgist. This was one of the words that I didn't know exactly what it was. I had to look it up after I'd done the blueprint point, I think. I could give you opportunities, liturgist. I don't know if that's how you say it. I could give you opportunities at churches you visit to do liturgy. Don't give up on yourself. Don't limit yourself. You are not only capable of doing the music and the written word, but you could also do the movement, much like in a Christian opera or musical, and have movements and actions with words and music. You could do something like this. You could do a Christian or anointed opera. You could go all the way. You have the gifting and the musicality, the skill and the people skills that are required, but you could go at your own pace so as not to overwhelm you at first. I want to teach you in an accelerated way about music. In fact, I will bring an anointed person alongside you who will quickly bring you up to speed in the musical things you need to know. I see you have a love for evensong. I see you have a love for haunting melodies, such as Celtic music like Enya. I see you crafting movement and song to liturgical manuscripts and words. Point number 3, jewelry entrepreneur. Your third blueprint point is jewelry. You have a passion for beauty and you also have an eye which you could create pieces of jewelry. Begin by going to some of the jewelry making cafes and get a feel for what you could do. You could find this could be a great passion for you. You have a real eye for color. You could set up a website and be an entrepreneur and sell jewelry which you have made. You could do this in your own way and in your own time to fit around your schedule. You could sell jewelry at church fairs or at festivals. You could start out making appointments with friends and getting a feel using magazine pictures or catalogs as to what that person likes in jewelry. You will find that after quizzing them, you would be very competent, good, and clever at creating a stunning piece of jewelry or a jewelry set, such as a necklace, earrings, and bracelets that really suits your customer that you would be proud of and which your client would totally love. You can start off by doing free work for your friends, and then when you are confident, you could create a website. You could do a Wix website or another company, a type of website, and you would find you would get work and you'd be very popular. You could start at home and be creative, just putting different beads together. Do some research. Look at jewelry, clasps, and the bits and pieces you need to string together earrings. You could have lots of fun. Point number 4, story writer. Your next blueprint point is story writer. You could write stories for your grandchildren. You could also compile stories of your life and present them to your family, much like scrapbooking is done. You have many different stories to tell. Think of your relationships, your travels, your struggles, your faith, overcoming in your work, dealing with illness and struggle in general. You could write a lot, which could benefit a lot of other people who are trying to tackle the same things. You wouldn't have to publish this if you didn't want to, if it is more in your nature to keep things private. But this is something your friends and family would definitely enjoy and benefit and learn from. And after gaining confidence from feedback from friends and family, you might want to publish some of it. I see you writing and painting illustrations for your grandkids and other children who come into your life. I see you volunteering at a childcare or a kindy to read some of your homemade stories and tales to young children. I see them captivated by the pictures you have painted and the tales you are telling. You have never thought of yourself as like this or being able to do these things, but it is time for you to let me expand your mind and expand your horizons and help you to see that you are not limited by your present state, schedule, and pressures. It is time to do things you truly enjoy and enjoy the fruits of your labor. Some of the creative things I have suggested will be paid and others will be voluntary. But I want you to have some entrepreneurial income, such as streams of income from children's books and or selling your own jewelry creations. Point number 5, artist. Your next blueprint point is artist. You have a real eye for detail and color, as well as perspective. You don't know how good of an eye for these things that you have. You notice things in photos or in landscapes which other people don't see. You will pile up your paintings with color and life. You could paint flowers. You could paint hills. You could paint portraits of your family members and friends. I see you capturing the beauty of tropical islands you visited or you have seen in pictures or magazines or television programs. I definitely see you illustrating children's books. Some of the illustrations are not fully painted in color, but are artist sketches in black and white, much like Beatrix Potter did hand sketches of rabbits and mice and various things she drew at first without color. I see a group of friends sitting outdoors under a tree with easels. I sense this is a group painting outing which you have organized, and each of you spurs the others on with your work. I see you painting skies, galaxies, planets, nebulas, and other spectacular lights in the skies. I see you doing abstracts of the subject matter and creatively adding your own colors and designs to see what has been photographed or seen naturally. I can also see you learning, if you want to do simple cartoons for illustrating children's books. You are very creative. You don't know how creative you are. I sense you may also do knitting or crochet. This could be gifts for your family, or it could be something to relax and unwind to for you in the methodical work. I heard this clearly in the Spirit 6 librettist. Again, I had to look this up. My next blueprint point for you is librettist, and I'm not even sure if I'm saying that right. You could write lyrics for musicals and words for music. You think you are restricted in what you can do, but actually you aren't. I want you to write stories. I want you to write stories and song. I will connect you with the right people where you will have the opportunity to put words to already written music. Even music which tells a whole story like an opera or a musical or a play. You think this is beyond you? It certainly is not. I want you to explore your creativity in this season. I see you in a man poring over music and listening to music in headphones. I see you getting a sense of the structure of the music and formally putting down themes and story progression for the music. Then I see you tackling the lyrics. If you go this route, you will stun yourself with what you can do. The issue is that you have limited yourself, but I can cause you to soar even in the limitations that you have or which you have put upon yourself. My daughter, you are unique at telling stories. Sometimes you doubt your own voice. Sometimes you doubt your own value. You will help others tell their stories as you collaborate with them to tell their story through words with the music that has been given you. You are powerful in spirit, my daughter, and the stories you tell will be powerful. Point number 7, writer. Your next blueprint point is writer and author. You have books which you need to write. You could write the story of marriage or relationship you've been through and your journey to your second marriage. You have a lot inside you. You have a lot to say which needs to be communicated. Take what has happened to you in life and what you have been through as a treasure hidden in a field. It is your job to dig it up, and I will display it so everyone will see what you've come through and how you have got through all these years. You could start with a journal and start journaling your daily struggles, obstacles, and challenges. You could journal prayers and how I have answered those prayers, or you could journal prayer requests, which you are still waiting on for answers. You could speak on the questions you have about your life, the enigmas and the puzzles, the things that don't make sense for which you have been looking for answers. You can journal your emotional journeys with me and how I have helped you through different phases of your life. You could write about your dancing journey, your Christian journey, your work journeys, your relationship journeys. The options and the possibilities are limitless. You are a treasure which needs to be plumbed. People will receive great value and encouragement from what you write. Do not be afraid to write it. It can be hard to go back and relook at things, but the people left behind have a record, and you can change the lives of people if you publish your work. I'll leave that in your hands, says the Lord. Point number 8, doctor of people's souls. Your next blueprint point is doctor of people's souls. You have an ability to discern what is going on with people. As you seek me, I will give you revelation on the psychology of people, as well as the different characteristics of the mind, body, heart, and soul. You will learn how to divide soul and spirit, and in prayer, pray for people for their healing. You know what it is to have a broken heart. You know what it is to be in solitude and to feel alone. I'm going to team you up with some people, and I'm going to have you ministering to people's hearts using sozo prayer techniques. This is something you could study or learn. You have an innate ability to know what people need emotionally, psychologically, and spiritually. You never have put this knowledge into words, but you have the gift of discerning of spirits. It just needs to be developed. You intuitively tune in to where people are emotionally, and you know how to help them and say the right word or give the right response or support. There is not necessarily a right way to do this, but you are expert at this. You are an expert at reading people and their state of mind, and this is a gift which I can use to minister healing to my broken people, to my broken ones. You are gentle. You are not intrusive. You know when to speak and when to be silent. I think of that verse speaking of the Father that says in Psalm 139, I am familiar with all your ways. Well, with people you have the same characteristic I have, says the Lord. It is a gift which I have given you, the gift of discernment and the gift of gentleness and the gift of mercy coupled with a compassionate heart. You get to know people and you can see them. You can discern them, and you know instinctively how to help them, and intuitively. You could describe them very accurately. Point number 9 is similar, gift of counsel. Your next point is an opener of people's hearts. This is a gift of counsel which you have. You know how to draw a person out and make them feel comfortable in confiding in you. You know how to insert advice or a comment or reflection, mirroring back what a person has said to you. And you know how to make a person feel better. You know how to make a person feel heard. I could use you in counseling people in a church or parachurch type organization. I could particularly use you with youth. You have a gift with youth. In your heart, you love children and the joy they bring. You are good at managing people. You are good at directing people, but you are also very sensitive and gentle with people. You know when they need to be heard. You know when they need a soft word or a hard word or a warm hug. You are far more gifted in this area than you realize. That's a point that God keeps bringing across, that you're far more gifted than you think. If you start out in this at a church, praying with or talking with the youth at the church, don't give up if it feels hard at first or you don't get the results you want or need. It may be hard at first, but things will pick up. Don't let the enemy dissuade you or put you off or tell you that you are not made for this. You are. Don't allow the enemy to discourage you. You have a gift in this area, and I want to use you to touch others and to change people's lives. You could also be used in the area of ministering to women and older women especially. The enemy will try and attack what I have said here and say it isn't true, but I want you to believe and be steadfast. Persevere and do not give up, as you always haven't given up in the past. Point number 10, life coach. Your next gift is the gift of observation. You are able to discern the times and the seasons for things. You know when talking to people whether something is right for them or whether it is not right for them for that season. You have a sense of whether people are capable or developed enough emotionally or strong enough to do something or not to do something. This falls under the category of discernment, which has been mentioned before. You could work as an entrepreneur, as small or as big as you like, as a business or a personal coach. You could help people prepare emotionally, psychologically, and physically for different employment. You have the ability to see, just by talking to a person for a few minutes, where they are at in their life and what they need to do to get to the next stage of their life. You can see where people need to grow and change to fit into a new role or a new relationship, or if they are ready to move house or tackle something new, or whether they need to wait or do something else to prepare. Are they ready to get married, or what do they need to work on first? These are some of the questions that you can help guide people with. You have no idea you have these gifts, but the things that you can see with your keen and highly observant eye are vast and important gifts, and knowledge that you could impart to a person on a coaching call or even a couple who are struggling in their marriage. You have answers, you have solutions for people that were given to you by me and also in your life experience, which you don't realize you have. You could test your gift first, practice, and then you could jump online and learn how to market and sustain a coaching business. What you have inside you is valuable and it is precious, and your wisdom, knowledge, understanding, and insight needs to be shared with others. You could give some of your time for free, but definitely your gift and the value that you carry deserves to be paid. Look at what other coaches are charging. It doesn't have to be unreasonable, but how much you charge should reflect your value and experience because you have a lot to offer. As a short prophetic word from the Lord. You have the gift of understanding and perceiver. You see things which other people don't see. You know things that other people don't know. You see things about other people that others don't catch on to. You remember things people have said. You don't gossip. You are not unkind. You are kind, warm, and loving, and caring. I want to utilize these gifts in a bigger capacity. Do not discount yourself and your gentle spirit. You have a way with words and you have a heart of gold. You do not beat about the bush when pursuing something, but once you commit to something or someone, you are dedicated to it. You are not a liar, but you are an honest person. These are some of your characteristics and qualities. I just want to confirm and honor these characteristics in you this day, my beloved. Point number 11. Gift of mercy, caring, and healing. These ones are sort of running into each other a bit. They're similar. Your next prophetic blueprint point is the gift of mercy and a gift of caring. You care for others with all of your heart and soul. You do not shrink back from your responsibilities or your family responsibilities, but you put your whole heart into it. You really invest in people. You care for the dying. You will care for the destitute and those who are on their last legs. I will put people in your life who have only received harshness and harsh words. I will put people in your life for you to encourage, even homeless people. You don't discriminate against people. You accept all people, and that is a part of your gifting. You have a heart for the dying, but I'm also going to use you to bring hope to people because I'm imparting to you this day the gift of healing. You will place your hands on the sick and they will get well. With your gift of mercy, you will not condemn people for what they did to get this into the state that they're in, such as a person addicted to alcohol or drugs. But you will operate out of compassion, just like I did when I was on this earth, and say, you are healed, go and sin no more. You will place your hands on addicts without looking down on them or judging them, because that is the person you are. You are non-judgmental. You are open to everyone and anyone. If you step out, you will see blind eyes opened and the deaf hearing again and the crippled walking. You have a real love for little children, and just as the little children gathered around me when I was on the earth, So I will cause the little ones to gather around you to receive a blessing of love from you. Many people hurting, destitute, dying, homeless need my love, and they will find love and forgiveness through you. And you will change many lives if you allow me to work in the way I want to. This doesn't have to be heavy or a lot of work. You will find joy in ministering to my broken and down and out people, and it will be in manageable bursts. What you can manage, and it will give you joy. It will not be something that drags you down or burdens you. Be encouraged, my beloved daughter. And I also felt to say to you as I was speaking that out, that placing your hands on people and seeing them healed, don't be discouraged if the first time and the first, several times, however long, people don't get healed. Just keep praying for them. Point number 12, soundscape artist. Your next blueprint point is soundscape artist. Nicola doesn't even know what a soundscape artist is, so she is unsure how to do this prophetic point. This continues this theme of your ability with music and sound. You are talented at creating or picking a music background for, say, a nature program or the beginning of a show. You are good at song selection. You have the ability to write music as well as to select already written music for a show or an organization. You could brand what you do even on an entrepreneurial website, along with your jewelry and your life coaching. You are multi-talented and far more skilled than you think. There's that again. You don't sound your own trumpet, so I'm sounding your trumpet for you. And I'm lifting you up in this hour, my beloved, because there are many things which you can do and which you can do well. Do not think you cannot do these things. You are more than capable. I will make sure it does not become a burden on your back, and you do things in short bursts as you can handle them. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light. Matthew 11:28-30. My daughter, you can capture nature. You can capture birds. You can capture sounds of traffic. Experiment. Have fun. Enjoy your creativity. Get creative and enjoy the life I have given you, for it is not meant to be overly hard. But you have a great musical gift, and it could be wonderful for you to explore it, because you could gain multiple skills in the music industry. And here it is again, point 13, composer. Begin writing, begin songwriting, begin putting words on paper. Write your thoughts and feelings like poetry or however you like on paper or iPad or computer. You will be surprised at what comes out of you. You might want to experiment with having a go with different instruments, even unconventional instruments or unconventional sounds, or native instruments indigenous to your culture or other cultures. And listen to music by different instruments and composers here and abroad. When you go on holidays, you can really explore the sounds you hear and record them on your phone. You can put the sounds together in interesting ways. You can make a soundscape or a landscape of sound. You can do it. Have fun. You could learn music or you could feel your way around intuitively. It is up to you. Explore. Point number 14, dancer who dances upon injustice. You can dance. You can choreograph. I want you to extend yourself in how you choreograph. Have you thought of creating your own dance with your own music? Take up opportunities offered you to teach a small group of children a short choreographed dance which they can present before their church or school. When you travel, go on holidays, I will have you dance on high places where demonic strongholds are, which are oppressing people and whole communities. As you go where I tell you, as you learn to hear my voice more clearly, you will dance your warrior dance upon that hilltop near that building or religious structure, and you will dance upon the injustice where the enemy has oppressed my people, my precious people in that town, city, or region. I will have you doing prophetic dance in that place. You could take a group if you get organized, and I will have you doing a prophetic act and dance which takes down that demonic stronghold away so it stops oppressing and restricting my people. You will have to prepare in prayer and fasting. You will have to get prayer coverage, but you can do it. Yes, you can do it. You are made for this. I love you, my delight. It has been my pleasure doing this blueprint for you, my daughter. Don't feel overwhelmed by it. It was made to sit inside your skin and be carried out. It doesn't have to be a burden. I love you, my beloved. So that's your blueprint. I hope it helped you. And I'm just going to do a quick prophecy to finish. My daughter Sharon, I see you. I see your capability. I see your capability. I also see your delicateness and your weakness and your suffering. I see the struggle that you go through, but I have great faith in you. I have great faith in you to be able to do the things that I have called you to do. I have great faith in you that you are solid, that you are strong, and that you are strong in me, and you are strong in my spirit, and you are strong in life in me. And I have seen you and I have watched you travel down the ages and travel down the ages of your life with me. And I have seen you put me first, and I have seen you glorify my name. And I want to tell you, my daughter, that I'm well pleased with you. I'm well pleased with you, my child. And I couldn't be more proud of you and how you've managed things and handled things lately, and how you've progressed forward and pushed forward in the things that you need to. I love you, and I'm traveling with you, and I'm holding your hand. My hand is in your hand, and we shall walk together through these things, and we shall overcome, and we shall be victorious in all things in life. I love you, my dear daughter. So, bless you.